Bury tea bags in your garden, and you'll be surprised by the results. You don't have to throw them away. Even used tea bags are too valuable. It's no secret that tea is an excellent fertilizer. The tannin in tea leaves has a positive effect on the soil and helps combat and repel various pests. Ants, moles, and even cats dislike the smell of many teas. Tea leaves greatly enrich the soil because they contain tannic acid. As they decompose in the ground, tea leaves enrich it with various nutrients. If you add tea bags to your compost, they will significantly speed up the decomposition of all the waste in it. Tea bags also retain water in the soil, helping flowers better withstand drought and heat. Tea leaves have antifungal properties, preventing the growth of mold and fungi in the soil or in pots. Lastly, an amazing benefit of using tea bags is the prevention of weed growth. Pour into the molehill if you have a problem with moles in the garden. This is a great homemade and inexpensive solution. Making this mixture takes only a moment. First, prepare 300 milliliters of warm water. This will be the base of our solution. Add a tablespoon of coffee, which with its intense aroma repels all rodents, including moles. Then pour in 200 milliliters of vinegar, which will effectively deter moles with its sharp smell. Add a tablespoon of cayenne pepper to the mixture, which will make our solution even more unpleasant for moles. Finally, add a tablespoon of granulated garlic, known for its mole and pest repellent properties. Mix all the ingredients thoroughly until a uniform solution is formed. To start using it, dilute it. You only need 100 milliliters of the mixture per liter of water. Pour it regularly into the molehills, preferably in the evenings when moles are most active. This natural remedy is safe for plants and pets. Try it yourself and say goodbye to moles once and for all. This natural fertilizer makes my flowers grow like crazy. It contains everything flowers need. I can use it on any plant in the house. My plants have finally stopped getting sick, and their roots have strengthened. The flowers are beautiful and healthy. Thanks to this fertilizer, potted plants have large green leaves. It increases the number of buds and shoots in flowering plants. This homemade mixture contains all the essential elements: potassium, phosphorus, calcium, silicon, zinc, and others. To prepare it, you'll need rice and either a blender or a coffee grinder. Start by making rice flour from the rice. Meanwhile, get a jar ready. Put a teaspoon of rice flour into the jar. Add 1 teaspoon of sugar. Heat 500 milliliters of water. Pour the hot water over the mixture in the jar. Close the jar and let it sit for 3 days. After this time, strain the mixture through a fine sieve. Dilute it. Add 500 milliliters of water for every 100 milliliters of fertilizer. You can save the rest of the jar's contents for later use. Now, water your plants with this mixture and wait for the results. Just a handful is enough, and your geraniums will bloom like crazy. They'll be covered in flowers and fill your entire balcony. Here's how to make a homemade fertilizer that works wonders. Put a tablespoon of rice into a coffee grinder or blender and grind it into rice flour. Add 1 tablespoon of rice flour to a jar. Then, add a tablespoon of sugar. Pour half a liter of hot water over everything. Close the jar tightly and set it in a warm place for 3 days. After this time, strain the mixture through a sieve or gauze to remove the rice remnants. Now, dilute the fertilizer with water in a 1:5 ratio. 1 part fertilizer to 5 parts water. Pour the prepared liquid evenly into the geranium pots. Water with this solution once every 2 weeks. Rice is rich in silicon, iron, and phosphorus, which are essential for plants to bloom. Use this natural fertilizer regularly, and you'll see your plants grow and bloom. Your geraniums will be healthy, lush, and full of colorful flowers. Try it yourself and enjoy the beauty of your plants all season long. I fertilize hundreds of plants with this: tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, and other vegetables, but also potted flowers and those in the garden. And it is actually cost-free, a whole pitcher of fertilizer for basically peanuts. Sounds great, right? It has potassium in it, which is important for flowering and fruiting. It additionally has phosphorus, calcium, and magnesium in it. It reduces the development of pathogens. It protects the seedlings from rot. Currently, the briquette, as it is referred to, is increasingly used as a better alternative to fertilizers. It can increase yields by tens of % compared to lime fertilizers, for example. Briquettes are compressed coal dust. At the very beginning, take the briquette and break it into small pieces with a hammer. Do this in a bag so that the crumbs do not spill. Now the fine briquette sifts through a strainer into a bowl. You only need the contents of the bowl. Take a pitcher and pour half a liter of warm water into it. Now pour in our briquette. Mix it thoroughly. Another good alternative instead of fertilizer is coffee grounds. Pour a spoonful into the pot with coal and mix. Leave our concoction overnight. On the second day, add 500 milliliters of water. Pour our concoction through a strainer. If you have already done this, you can pour out liquid into a diffuser bottle and spray the plants without any problems. In addition, twice a month you can water your plants with our concoction. You will see the effects for sure. 1 tablespoon can replace a ton of manure. From now on, you won't need to buy expensive plant products. This mixture can replace many different fertilizers, delivering incredible results in your garden. Here's how to make it. Prepare a blender. First, you need 2 tablespoons of sugar. Sugar promotes the growth of soil microorganisms and increases the amount of organic matter, which helps plants grow and develop better. Add 3 small teaspoons of potato starch. Potato starch contains 3 essential elements for plant growth: potassium, phosphorus, and calcium. These elements ensure that plants grow properly. Next, add a teaspoon of turmeric. Turmeric is an effective fungicide and helps plants absorb nutrients. It also has antibacterial properties that protect plants from diseases. Pour half a liter of water into the blender and blend everything thoroughly to combine all the ingredients. Then, dilute the mixture with an additional liter of water. To use the mixture, measure out 1 cup and dilute it in 10 liters of water. Use this solution to water and spray the soil and plants. This is an excellent fertilizer for vegetables, flowers, and other garden plants. Take an egg in a mortar. You'll make something extraordinary. Eggs contain many essential vitamins and minerals, but eggshells also contain a lot of valuable nutrients. Once you see this, you'll never throw eggshells away. You'll make an incredibly nutritious product out of them. This milky liquid is obtained precisely from them. Eggshells are rich in magnesium and calcium. They also contain other minerals. The most important of these is potassium. It is essential for the growth and flowering of plants. You don't need to buy expensive fertilizers anymore. This liquid is completely free. It helps strengthen plant roots. As a result, they can grow faster and stronger. The fertilizer is obtained from crushed eggshells. You can cook some eggs for breakfast and use the shells later. To crush the shells, you need a mortar. Place the shells in the mortar and grind them into fine powder. Transfer it to a container and add some lukewarm water. Stir until you get a milky consistency. When the eggshells settle at the bottom, pour the liquid into a spray bottle. Take this amazing nutrient fertilizer and spray it on your beloved plants. This fertilizer is also suitable for watering. In a short time, you'll see wonderful results.